everybody, and welcome back to Best of the Month, where a few of us are going to tell you about our favorite new-to-us games that we played over this past month, November, and why we liked them so much. I'm Z Garcia. I'm going to kick it off with my pick. I played a lot of great games in November and December already, for that matter, but my favorite one, a bit of a surprise at how much I enjoyed this game, Carpe Diem from Stefan Feld. Now, the fact that it's a great game from Stefan Feld is not a surprise, but the game's not really a looker. It looks very drab, it looks bland, but what's going on in it, with the mechanisms in there, the choices you are given are very engaging. It's a tile laying game. You are constructing little buildings, getting bonuses, lots of points, of course. But I love the flow in this game. It's such quick turns, such a clean, straightforward concept. You pick your own scoring opportunities, as long as they're still there, and you try to just come out ahead. I love building my own, little section of a board, getting better and bigger and larger buildings, more bonuses, more things to collect, and then scoring based on those things. Really fun game. One of my favorite Stefan Feld games, actually. I just wish it was prettier. But even as it is, fantastic game. Definitely would recommend you check out Carpe Diem.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Best of the Month. As usual, I'm back to my regular shenanigans, and I'm going to do 2 games this month for November because I was able to review both of these in November, and it was a blast playing these games. The first one is this one right here, Warpgate. Now, Warpgate is a game that I knew I liked, but I have been able to revisit it with its final production copy, and it is great. Go give it a try. That's Warpgate. And then another similar space-themed game, not very similar, but slightly similar, because there's a lot of card play, moving around on the map, that type of stuff, is this one right here. Now, this one I did not know I was going to like. Ran into this one at Essen and had a great time playing it afterwards. So just these 2 games are really great, and I like them a lot. So, Warpgate, Galactic Warlords, Battle for Dominion. Go check them out. See you later.
My best of this month, or November anyway, was Smartphone. Smartphone is a really amazing game. First of all, I like the theme. I like the fact that you're selling smartphones all over the world. That's a nice change of pace from selling silk and gold. But the gameplay itself feels fairly deep as you're trying to sell phones for as cheap as you can to outsell everybody else, but enough to make yourself money, which equals points. But the whole concept of the smartphone is that there's these boards that you're putting on top of each other to pick your actions for the turn. And once you do that, that's the longest downtime of the game, like a few minutes to do that. Then each actions happen. You look at your boards, you see what the actions are. You're very involved. The game itself is not very long, maybe 70 minutes or so, and offers a really cool, interesting experience. I really like Smartphone, and that's my game of the month for November.
Hi, this is Ambi from Board Game Blitz, and mostly due to BGGCon, I got to play 65 new-to-me games in November, but the one that I'm going to pick for my favorite is one that I actually didn't get to play at BGGCon, and that's Detective, a Modern Crime board game. This is a detective game. If you've played Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, it's similar to that, where you're going through and trying to solve a crime, but here there's also a database online where you can look up people and evidence and connect it, and the cases are linked together in a campaign. I've only played the first case, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to playing more.
Hello, and my pick for the month of November comes to no surprise. It's Fireball Island, The Curse of Volcar, published by Restoration Games. This is a 2 to 4 player game in which you're all on an island trying to take pictures of different parts of the island before you can get off the island, all while dodging fireballs and embers launched by your friends. Some friends. The expansions are also great too. They let you explore a pirate ship, dodge some bees, a jumping tiger, and even a boulder is involved. Well, my pick for the month of November is Fireball Island, The Curse of Volcar. Check it out.
Howdy folks, I'm Hunter.
I'm Rebecca.
From the 2-Player Showdown, and our game of the month is an oldie but a goodie, Yedo. Yedo's a heavy and longish worker placement game from 19,000 years ago. No, 2012. But we just recently got a hold of this game because I was worried about how it would play 2 players. We haven't played 2 players yet, but we played it with 3 players, and it was awesome.
Yes. And one thing that also sells it very much for me, of course, is the artwork. Look at your lovely player mats. The art is beautiful, elegant, stylish, and functional. Very useful when you're learning to play the game.
Yeah, I love this game. It's got auctioning. It's got worker placement. It's got a guard that's going around and beating up your workers. It's got all sorts of cool, fun things. Heavy worker placement game. Sadly out of print, but it's our game of the month.
Hey everyone, my best game of the month goes to Planet. That's from Blue Orange Games. They actually gave it to me as a review copy just for transparency. But I love the simplicity of this game. Now I've actually played this with gamers who are going to play sort of games all the time, like Terraforming Mars, that sort of game, all the way through to family members who merely dabble in games that I sometimes put in front of them. So it all revolves around every one of the players, so all four, or up to four players, gets one of these planets. Now at the start of the game, it looks very boring. It's not got any of these tiles on, and each round you're going to be taking one and sort of just magnetically attaching it, and they don't fall off very easily. The point of it is you're going to be trying to get areas, so this area of blue water here, for instance, and there might be an objective card to score that is the biggest water area connected to ice or not connected to desert. And you can score those on the different rounds. You're also going to have a personal, rather secret objective for a certain type of terrain. So it could be you're trying to collect as many bits of desert as possible. And you'll actually get more points for cards that aren't your personal types. There's a trade-off. Do I take tiles with loads of bit of my terrain type on versus trying to collect all of the other cards that are on the table because they're going to score me more points? It's a fun game. It's kind of really visually appealing, as you've seen probably with me talking. I'm constantly playing with this in my hands, and I do that throughout the game. Even when it's not my turn, I'm constantly spinning, looking, counting. Where can I put things to score the objectives coming up? Because they're all visible at the start of the game. I just absolutely love it. And yeah, that's Planet. And I'm Oliver East, signing out.
My best of the month is Martin Wallace Wildlands. I mean, this is a really good, quick combat game. A really good game to introduce new players to the style as well. There are 4 factions. I think they have a 5th faction coming out. And basically you can choose that the board is double-sided, so you can either do a dungeons or do just like a rubble of a location, some ruins area. And you have kind of a melee attack, you have range attack, and you have different heights from the building. You basically have to collect 5 crystals or kill 5 of your opponents, or a mix of the two. As I said, it's a really quick game, really fun. I really love the style. I like how you play the cards, and I like even the drafting, which is a small thing of the game. I think it works well for this game. I think this is going to be a game we're going to hear a lot about it. If you haven't played yet, you should try Martin Wallace Wildlands. That's my best of the month.
Hey there, I'm Jason Peacock, here to talk about my best of the month, and I think I've got to give that title to Root here. Very much buzzed about game, asymmetrical war game of sorts. You've got 4 factions similar to Vast that each play completely different. Now, my excitement for this game is coming from 3 2-player games. Cats Against the Birds, all 3 times. I haven't even read the rules on how the other 2 factions, let alone the expansion factions, work out. But I'm here to say this, playing the Birds 3 times in a row, I really suck at them, and I did the scoring with them wrong the second game, but there's enough here, there's enough simplicity and elegance, yet huge decision making that has me excited to play this one again. I cannot wait to get this baby played at 4 players and really open it up. But so far, Root has been my best of the month. Thanks for watching.
And that's going to do it for us. Thanks everybody for tuning in and checking these games out. Hope you found at least one new one you can do a little bit of a deeper dive into, find out some more info, check out our other videos for reviews and the like. And we'll see you again next time. I'm Z Garcia. You've been watching The Dice Tower.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com.